Good morning, beautiful students, or maybe it's evening wherever you're watching from. I'm using one of my favorite websites that are out there. It's called azargrammar.com, and we will reference that down below in the description section. This was not created by me, but I love their PowerPoints. Anyone can use them. So let's check it out. Chapter 12, Noun Clauses. The Bicycles of Paris. On a recent trip to Paris, I learned that bicycles were available for rent everywhere. There were 30 or so bikes at a high-tech bike station right in front of my hotel. Since there were no attendants taking care of the bikes at the station, I wondered how the Velib bikes were paid for. As I looked down from my window, I could see that people just came along, inserted a monthly pass or credit card in the meter, and rode off on their bikes. How all this was organized was something I was curious about. What I found out was a weekly Velib pass costs about €7. Riders have to leave a $150 credit card deposit in case the bike is not returned. I wondered how many bikes were not returned. Later I found out that isn't very many. How this all was organized was something I was curious about. That's a noun clause, acting like a subject. So we see that we often can use a noun clause as a subject or the object of the main verb in a sentence. I learned that bicycles were available for rent everywhere. In this situation, the noun clause is acting like the object of the sentence. I wondered, how were the Velib bikes paid for? Do not use question word order in a noun clause. So here we see a question, but it does not follow the normal question verb order or word order. I wondered how the Velib bikes were paid for. So you can see up here is a normal question. How were the Velib bikes paid for? So the verb comes first here. And you have how, but down here in the noun clause, I wondered how the Velib bikes were paid for. It follows statement word order. Noun clause word order. Normal question word order. Were the Velib bikes paid for? Practice 1. Find the noun clause. One sentence does not have a noun clause. Look at sentence number 1. My friend told me that she rented a bike in Paris. Can you find the noun clause? Is there a noun clause? There it is. That she rented a bike in Paris. Number 2. That she was willing to ride a bike in the city traffic impressed me. Do you see the noun clause? There it is. That she was willing to ride a bike in the city traffic. Number 3. I wondered how she was able to rent the bike. Is there a noun clause? Yes. How she was able to rent the bike is a noun clause functioning as the object in this sentence. She told me that it was easy. That it was easy is a noun clause, and it's functioning as a direct object in this sentence. Number 5. Where did you go to rent the bike? Where is the noun clause here? If you remember, in the slide before, we said that noun clauses do not follow the normal question word order. So there is no noun clause here. 6. She told me where she went to rent the bike. Can you find the noun clause? There it is. Number 7. I asked her what she paid to rent the bike. And there's the final noun clause. What a great activity. I asked people at my hotel and found out how to get access to the bicycles. The first half hour is free, and 96% of all rides are free of charge because there are so many bike stations. Riders can choose when and where to drop off the bikes. One rider said, I use it every day. I'm retired, so I have a lot of free time, and I use it to visit Paris. He said that he changes bikes within the free 30-minute period, so he never has to pay. All in all, I'm impressed that the VLIB bicycle program is going so well. It's important that cities find ways to cut down on car traffic and air pollution. Use a question word followed by an infinitive to express either should or can or could. I found out how I could get access to the bicycles. I found out how to get access to the bicycles. Riders can choose when and where they should drop off the bikes. Riders can choose when and where to drop off the bikes. Excellent. Certain verbs and adjectives often come in front of that noun clauses. So you have a verb plus that plus the clause. I think that is a very good way to cut down on car traffic and air pollution. See the word that, the verb, and then that. This is a telltale sign that you've got a noun clause. You have a person plus a be verb plus an adjective plus that clause. Let's look at this format. Anna is proud that the VLIB bicycle program is going so well. You have a person plus the be verb plus an adjective plus that and then the noun clause. Very common. It plus be plus adjective and then the that clause. It is important that cities find ways to cut down on car traffic and air pollution. And there you see the format. Use quotation marks before and after the exact words of a speaker. I use it every day. I'm retired, so I have a lot of free time, and I use it to visit Paris. The man said, I use it every day. I'm retired, so I have a lot of free time, and I use it to visit Paris. So you can see with a quote that you put a comma here after the reporting verb, and then quotation marks around whatever he said. And the punctuation, the period goes inside the quote, the last quote, and right up against the letter. Don't use quotation marks in reported speech. I change bikes within the free 30 minutes, so I never have to pay. He said that he changes bikes within the free 30-minute period, so he never has to pay. Practice 2. Complete the sentences with your own words. Use noun clauses. Anna found out. Let me go back. Okay, so you can You can do that down below if you want in the response section. Please tell me, Tom said, do you know? He was surprised. I think we'll go ahead and stop there for today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson on noun clauses.